The grind treated me very well yesterday. In fact, I'm making this video the next day, and I'm still riding that high. LP-wise, everything was good. Gameplay-wise, I learned a couple little things that I don't think individually they warrant their own video, so I'm going to kind of compile it all into one video today into something that can be useful to you. Before I roll the title card and then put the nice little music behind it, I just want to ask if you enjoy this video by the end, or if it helps you, please consider subscribing. We're getting really close to 10,000, and I'm getting very excited. Well, first thing I want to talk about is evolving as a grappler player a little bit, because I've never played a grappler before this, and I think while Minon's buttons and all of that and her whip punish tools and stuff are pretty good, like her footsies tools are not bad, at the heart of it all, she wants to grapple, right? She wants to get a command grab so she can do big damage and get the medal. And I noticed that I'm just not command grabbing enough, I think. And I only command grab on the opponent's wake up. They only really have to worry about it when they're like standing up. I don't know why. It's just something that I noticed while watching my replays. And so what I started to do more is like one, punish with command grabs a little bit more. Like if they do a super negative move, I'm not afraid to just throw a command grab out and get the medal. Also, like using it more in neutral if the opponent is kind of just sitting there or kind of just down back, like against Guile players. It's really good. If you get close enough in, you can EX command grab and it goes super far. And then tick command grab is really good, kind of treating it like a tick grab, but doing, I don't know, everybody's been hit by jump light kick command grab, but it's effective. It's very effective. If you make the opponent block, they feel like they're safe, and then you just throw a command grab behind it. And like jab into command grab or crouch light kick into command grab, those are really good. It doesn't have a lot of pushback. It leaves you in range for command grab, and people, I think, feel safe after they block one or two jabs. They feel like the pressure is over. The next thing I kind of worked on was spacing, because I watched Idom's Minon guide, and he talks about how her effective space, he feels like her effective space is kind of like right in stand heavy punch range and right almost at the end of her mediums range, right? Like stand medium punch, stand medium kick still hits, but stand heavy punch also still hits. That kind of spacing is very effective for her. And so I tried to implement that a little bit more, because I felt like I was playing maybe too close to my opponent, because you want to be in range to command grab all the time. That's like what you think initially, and then you play in that range and you're like, damn, I actually can't whiff punish or do much here besides command grab because I'm so close. And so you take a few steps back and you play some real footsies, and you play in that like mediums and heavies range, and you realize that one, her buttons are very good for that. You can whiff punish into drive rush and get in and get a hit grab into metal, or you whiff punish and you do the target combo, and then they come to you anyways and they're in range for a command grab. It's like a win-win. You can choose what you want to do. I think that's why that is her effective range, and it's like the best place on the screen to be. That's like a very important thing to understand about your character, is where are they effective on the screen and where can they use all their options, and kind of like what space do you want to fight for and hold. My character just happens to be like a pretty good mid-range character, but maybe your character is better close, or maybe your character is better far away. Maybe you're a Dhalsim player. Disgusting. Speaking of Dhalsim, I ran into him a couple times throughout this little grind yesterday, and I really don't like playing against him still. I find it very difficult to play against zoners, just because her spin move, like Minon's EX spin that's supposed to go through projectiles, it almost feels like you have to do it preemptively to get around a fireball, which is weird to say. I don't think it's the case. I think I'm just not using it correctly yet. But it feels like kind of slow and a little bit tough to use so far. It's not as easy as just doing EX spin knuckle on Cammy. I think it's a lot of just my patience and grit and fucking determination to not lose to fucking Dhalsim that lets me sometimes take games off of those guys, or sometimes take games off of JP players and stuff. It's just like raw determination and patience. The good thing about this game is I feel like there's not too many there's really only one matchup that I really dread playing, and it's because I just haven't labbed the character, and that's Lily. Every time I run into Lily, they just like charge, Condor Spire, command grab, or frame trap, and I'm like, damn, I don't know what to do yet, because I'm been too focused on labbing the other characters that I run into more often. I think Honda and Blanca are a real thorn on a lot of people's sides, but the ones that I run into just aren't playing them, I don't want to say correctly, but they're kind of just doing special moves and like running at me, so it's not super hard. I can just kind of block and punish right now. I know once I run into a very strong Honda or very strong Blanca, I'll probably feel differently, but right now they're not really too much of a worry for me. I think the matchup that I've actually tried to lab the most but still struggle with a lot is Ken. That character is very strange to me frame data wise. Like, he will do Dragon Lash kick, and I think it's like -8, and then you go to press, and then his jab comes out first. I'm like, damn, what is the problem here? And then he'll do the run stop into the overhead or the low, and I'll just block low and then react to the overhead if I can. He just has like a lot of ways in and a lot of ways to carry to the corner, and it's super annoying to play against. And his frame data feels very weird to me to play against. As well as the fact that his back throw is a fucking war crime, okay? Like, if you go in a training mode right now, go let Ken back throw you. He will fucking put you in the corner from the other corner. It is ridiculous. I don't know why he has that shit. Also, if you're gonna do a good jury, that matchup is pretty tough. But I don't dread them in the same way that I dread playing against Lily at times, where I'm just getting inspired. I just feel like a fucking scrub playing against that character. I need to go figure it out. The other thing I kind of thought about, this could have been its own video, I guess, but we'll talk about it here. The other thing I thought about was kind of playing safe versus playing scared, because there's a fine line that you kind of toe playing that way, and they lead to completely different outcomes. Like, people have made careers out of playing slow or playing lame. Nobody's made a career out of being scared. And I think the main difference is, one is a strategy. Playing lame, playing slow is a strategy, and playing scared is just an emotional response. And I think what I mean by playing lame as a strategy is that there is a plan behind it. There are, you know, things that you understand about the game that allow you to play that way. Playing out of fear is like, I don't know, it's like born out of ignorance. You don't understand the game, therefore you are just going to block because you're scared to take damage. And in this game, that doesn't work very well because you just start losing a bunch of drive gauge, and eventually you realize that you're going to lose the game anyways, and you start flailing and you start scrambling. And some people, I don't know, some people like playing that scrambly playstyle. Some people are really good in a scramble and in a pinch. For me though, I just don't find that playstyle very fun. And so when I've like realized that I'm playing scared and that I am scrambling a lot, I've started to try and like reel it in, you know, and like play slow or lame if I want to, but not play out of fear, because it just makes you clam up. It induces those scramble situations that just, to me, aren't fun. And if you do have that scrambly playstyle, it's really hard to be consistent, I feel like. It just feels like gambling to me, which, you know, if I want to gamble, I'll go, I don't know, spin slots, play blackjack. I can bet some CSGO skins. I'm not trying to gamble. I'm trying to be more consistent in the game. That's not to say you know, you never gamble in neutral, but some people only gamble in neutral. I know these were two like talking head commentary videos back to back, but you guys seem to enjoy the first one, and I enjoy making them. So regardless of performance, I think it's fine. I think it's good. At least that's how I'll cope, I guess. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please consider subscribing, and I'll talk to you again very soon.